With the finger at the apparent seller of the moonshine. Tonight, the community is speaking out for the first time about what happened. Sarah Wyatt travelled to Collarenbri to hear the story, and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander viewers should know that this story contains names and images of people who've died.
It's Saturday morning at Walleye Reserve in the outback town of Collarenbri, and the locals are angry.
I guess what we want to talk about is how Mary came into our community and how she targeted everybody really, especially this community.
It's almost 2 years since Sandra Boney, Norman Boney and Roger Adams died after drinking homemade alcohol. Their friends and family want the woman responsible for selling it, Mary Miller, to be held accountable.
For it to keep going and making a business of the Aboriginal community, it's not right.
Mary Miller is still living just a few kilometres away.
Hello?
Today, she's not home. Mary Miller sold the moonshine at her antique shop, and there was no shortage of willing customers. Margaret Boney was a regular.
She would take your
We
card.
hold the key card until our payday, and when it's come to our payday, we goes up there, and then she take her money out for the grog what we buy off her. Yeah, she used to do that all the time. To me, my sister and my brother, Norman and Sandra.
The group would drink almost every day. Among them was Sandra Boney.
She was happy. She enjoyed spending time with her first two grandkids, and she was just a happy person.
But Sandra was also a chronic alcoholic.
Like, everyone knew that she was an alcoholic. She's been drinking since she was 16, and now she's, I don't know, about 40-something. She's been drinking all of her life, and like Mary just come to town suddenly, and then she drinks this grog, and now she's gone.
Elliot Boney began to see her mother's health deteriorate the more moonshine she drank.
What were her symptoms?
Well, it wasn't the usual hangover. It was like something different. Like, she just didn't feel right, and she didn't look right to me. Her skin was getting darker, lost a lot of weight, couldn't walk, couldn't get up and chase her grandkids around. It was just, yeah, she's just real pale looking then.
Sandra Boney died in January 2015.
And now me and my two sisters have got no mother. My baby's got no grandmother. And my Uncle Norman, he bred me up, and I call him Dad, and now he's not here to see my babies grow up.
Uncle Norman was Sandra's brother. He too was drinking the moonshine.
Similar symptoms, coughing up blood. Sometimes Uncle Norman would have blood in his urine when he go to the toilet. But before, they used to drink the moonshine, because they were the alcoholics. Hangover, like a normal hangover, we'll notice this normal hangover, you know, but after consuming the moonshine, it's sort of just everything changed.
Norman Boney died in February, followed by Sandra's partner Roger Adams, who died a month later. A coroner found the three had compromised immunity and that the methanol in the moonshine contributed to their deaths. She also found Mary Miller supplied the moonshine and either made or assisted in making it.
Mary Miller was considered by many persons at Walleye Reserve to be a friend. That is simply not the case. Mary Miller sold for profit contaminated alcohol to vulnerable members of the community.
She's making grog, she's got no liquor licence, she's got none of it. That shouldn't give her rights to take advantage of people that drinks a lot and bring poison over to us.
She targeted about vulnerable people because she knew that people were alcoholics in Collarenbri. She knew who to ask, she knew who to offer.
Mary Miller eventually texted us, denying ever selling the moonshine. Police are still investigating. The laws around moonshine are complex. No licence is needed to own a distiller under 5 litres, which means the manufacturing of alcohol can easily go undetected.
The problem of methanol-laced moonshine is not just restricted to this community. Since 2013, there have been more than 10 deaths associated with the toxic homebrew in Australia.
You've got people who are alcoholics, who anyone with any addiction knows that, you know, they'll buy whatever they need to buy to fulfil that addiction, and so it was cheap. It got them where they wanted to go, and so they were buying it.
Ashley Donoghue has spent years working in remote communities as an educator and knows Collarenebri well.
The Walleye community is a really close-knit family. You know, there's about 4 or 5 families that live over there, and they've been there for generations. So when 3 members of that community die within the space of 2 to 3 months, it causes a real ripple effect of despair.
The death of my uncle and auntie, that sort of made me realise a lot too, that the alcohol is not the way to go. So I grew up around a lot of alcohol and all that, and I just got to that stage where I'm sick of that kind of life, and I just want to make life better for myself. That's why I give the alcohol up, and I'm trying to be in there for my family.
Sarah White reporting. That's the program for tonight. Thanks.